You know that feeling. You've planned the perfect trip, the absolute dream vacation, with your best friend. But then, it all goes wrong. Well, today, we're going to talk about a trip just like that. A dream vacation that, well, didn't exactly go as planned. Let's get into it.
I mean, a dream vacation with your best friend, what could possibly go wrong? It sounds like the perfect plan, right? But sometimes things aren't always what they seem.
All right, so let's meet our two main characters. We've got Sultan and Adnan. They're best friends, and they planned this huge, amazing trip, an adventure to the beautiful country of Chile. I mean, they were so excited they'd been talking about it for ages.
And yeah, this wasn't just some small weekend getaway. Their plan was seriously ambitious. They were going to hit the capital, Santiago, go skiing up in Valle Nevado, check out these incredible places called Moon Valley and Mars Valley, and even visit the super colorful city of Valparaiso. It was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime, you know?
And you know what? At first, it was perfect. Everything was going great. They got to the city, started looking around, but it didn't take long for a problem to pop up. The dream trip was about to get a serious dose of reality.
So, what was the problem? Where did it all start to go wrong? Well, it all came down to one simple thing. Sultan and Adnan, even though they were best friends, wanted totally different things from this vacation.
Okay, so check this out. On one side, you have Sultan. He's a bit more quiet, more reserved. He really wanted to explore the city, see the sights, soak in the culture. But then you have Adnan. He's super social, he wanted to go skiing, and he was all about making new friends and just hanging out at the hotel. See the difference? Their ideas of a fun vacation were completely opposite.
So let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in that situation? You're on a trip with someone and they want to do completely different things than you do. It's tough, right? What did you do? It can be a real test for any friendship for sure.
But wanting to do different things, that was just the beginning. Things are about to get even more complicated. And the next problem? Oh, it's a very modern one. Yep, we're talking about social media.
So here's what happened. Adnan was taking tons of photos during the trip, which is normal, right? But then he started posting them all over social media. And a lot of these photos were of Sultan. And, well, Sultan didn't think they were very good pictures of him.
And we actually know exactly how Sultan felt about it. He said, and I quote, "I really felt that Adnan should have asked my permission before posting the photos online." So for Sultan, this was huge. It wasn't just about a bad photo. It was about respect. It was about privacy.
This whole thing brings up a really interesting question for all of us today, right? So, what do you think? Was Adnan a bad friend for posting those pictures? Should he have asked first? I mean, where is the line when we're sharing stuff online? It's something we all have to think about.
Okay, so the trip was definitely difficult. It was complicated, but you know what? Both Sultan and Adnan learned some really big lessons from it. So let's break down what we can all learn from what they went through.
Their whole problem really comes down to one single word: compatible. It's a great word. Being compatible just means that two people can be together without problems, without fighting. And this idea is really the key to understanding why this dream trip went so wrong.
And that was the big lesson. Sultan and Adnan figured out that they just weren't compatible as travel buddies. They were awesome friends back home, no doubt about it. But when it came to traveling, their different personalities, their different ideas of what a vacation should be, it was just a recipe for disaster.
All right, so how do we make sure this doesn't happen to us? How can you avoid a travel disaster like the one Sultan and Adnan had? Let's talk about some simple ways you can travel smarter so your next trip is actually a dream come true.
It really just comes down to a few simple steps. Step 1. Do your homework. Gather all the information you can about the place, how much it'll cost, what you can do there. Step 2. Lay out your options. What are the pros and cons of each choice? Step 3. Talk to your friends. Ask them for their opinions, their advice. And finally, Step 4. Just make your decision. And hey, no matter what happens, learn from it. That way your next trip will be even better.
So, the story of Sultan and Adnan teaches us a lot about traveling with friends. But let's zoom out for a second and think bigger. You know how some popular cities are just packed with tourists, right? It's getting pretty crowded. This brings up a huge and kind of tough question. Should these cities actually limit the number of tourists they let in? What do you think about that? It's definitely something to chew on as we all plan our own adventures. Thanks for hanging out with me for this story.